Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. My name is Alvin and this is BitLogic 10. In today's video, we're going to learn all about list slicing in Python. Before we jump right into the video, let's quickly talk about what a list actually is. In Python, a list is a collection that can store multiple items in a single variable. Think of it like a box or container that holds values, numbers, words, or even other lists. So as you can see at the top of my screen, I have a list called the list. Very simple. It has 10 numbers 0 through 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And so, as you can see, a list always has these square brackets you can see on the side. And whatever you need, whatever you put in it, has to be separated by commas. So now we know what a list is. Oh, wait, one thing I forgot to mention is list can hold numbers like you see here or it can have booleans or strings as well, or even other lists. Yes, lists can contain other lists. So now that we know what a list is, let us continue on with the video with slicing. So as you can see here, our case one is about so basically first let me say slicing is when you take a list and copy it or copy some of it into another list. So as you can see here, we have basic slicing. In this case one, um, it says here, list 1:6. And you might be wondering, what is this? So I'll explain. So whenever you step, there are three parts. The first one, as you can see here, right here, I'll just give an example here because there's three parts. The first one is called start. That's where you start from, the index you start from. The second one is stop, right? That's where you stop at, but you don't include that number. You don't include that index. It's very important. And the third one is step. Is basically like you step over. Like if you put three, that means you could do every third one. It's a bit confusing, but I will guide you through it so it'll be more simple. So here you can see case one, the list one colon six. So we start from the first index, which is which is one, right? So 0, 1. And in Python, all lists start with the zero index, not a one index. Okay, so the first index is one, and then it goes up to six. Remember, up to six, but it doesn't include six. Six is always excluded, so it goes to five. So our output would be one, two, three, four, five, right? I'll run the code after so you can see everything. Here we can see case two, list 0 colon 6. So it starts from the zeroth index and goes up to the sixth, but doesn't include the sixth index. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And over here, now we don't have a second number. Now, why is this the case? Well, because if you only have first number, first index, so it start from the first index and go all the way to the end because you don't define an ending index, right? So it'd be 1, 2, 3, all the way to 9. Third case doesn't have an index, it doesn't have a start index, it only has a stop index. Why is this? Well, see, now we're saying we can start from the beginning. So we're not saying an actual start point like first or second index. We're just saying the start. And it ends at 5. So it'll go up to 5 but not include 5, remember? So it'll be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Fifth case is just nothing colon nothing. And now, why is this? Well, now we're not defining where it starts and where it ends. We're just copying the whole list. Okay, this is just copying the whole list because you're not defining the start or stop index. So now we're gonna slice without. Now we're gonna slice with a step. So how this works is now we have a third index. This is the step index. Okay, this is basically like every other or where you're stepping to. So 1:8:2. So the one starts at eight. One starts at the first index. The eight goes up to the eighth index, but doesn't include it. And then two is you go to like every second number. So every other number. So now we would see one. So start at one number, 1, 3, 5, 7, and then you think you go to 9. No, but remember it stops at 8. Remember, you go up to 8, but you don't include 8. So 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. And then here we have this one. right? So this one I actually commented it out because it won't work if we actually code it. If we actually run it, it won't work. Why not? Because obviously we have the same thing as here, 1 3 1 colon 8, but we step with 0. Now you might think you can step with any number you want except 0, because 0 will give us a value error because you can't run 0. You can't step with a 0 index, right? Now in case 8, this is 1 colon 8 colon 1. Now what is this? Yes, we can't do 0, we can't do 3, we can do every number, so yes. So we start from the first index, we go up to the 8th index, don't include 8, but then now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, right? Um, yeah, so it'd be every single number. So really, you don't even have to include this last part. If you're doing a 1, you don't have to include that. In case 9, it's 1 comma 8 comma 3. This would start at 1, go up to 8, don't include 8, but it would go every 3, 1, every third number. So it'd be 1, you know, skip this, and then go 4, skip 5, skip 6, and then get 7, right? That's what we would copy. And in case 10, now we're doing negative indices. So what does this mean? What does this mean, right? So now we're stepping by -2. So negative always means you start from the back, right? You start from the back if it's at step position. And we're not defining a start or end, right? So we're gonna start from the back because it's -2, and you're gonna get every other number, right? So it's 9, 7, 5, 3, 1. That is if you do colon colon -2, or -1 or -3. It'll start from the back and it'll step over every other number. Now in case 11, it's -2 colon nothing, right? And this means start from the back because we're defining a start. So -2, you're wondering why is -2 the back going the last two, the last -1, so that would be 9. But -2 is the second to last, right? Function, so go all the way to the end. Now our last case 12, -2. Now, what does that mean? Basically, that means you start from the beginning, then you go all the way up to the second to last index. Remember, we talked about that. Basically, here, the second to last index is 8. You already know that. So it goes all the way up to 8, but doesn't include 8. Remember, if the end, whatever the end index is, we never include that number. We just go up to that number. So you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that would copy that. Now let's run it. So as you can see, let's see if they're all right. Case 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Case 2, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so on. So as you can see, they're all right. And I will say, so they all run good. All the slicing worked. All the stepping worked. So I'll just put this right here if you want to copy this, or if you want to maybe learn and maybe change it up. You can change the list, change the numbers. Maybe you can also work this with a string. Remember, this doesn't only work with numbers, it works with strings and booleans, right? And even other lists. So you can do that with that too. So that is how slicing works in Python. So if you found this helpful, please drop a like, maybe even subscribe if you want more Python tutorials and more programming tutorials, and comment below what you think was the most useful to you. Thanks for watching, and I'd like to see you watch in the next video. Thank you. Bye.